54% of employees are experiencing something called quiet cracking. Yes, cracking, not quitting. Many of us have heard of quiet quitting, but today we're going to talk about quiet cracking. For those of you who don't know me though, my name is Jerry Simmons and I'm with Unfolded Leadership. Here we train and transform individuals like you who don't accept average and who want to lead a group, an organization, or a cause so you can make great impact and lead with great influence. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, let's unfold. Okay, so today we have an article from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and they're talking about this new phenomenon called quiet cracking. And it's not quite burnout, it's a little bit different. So let's kind of talk about what it is in the first place. So they say that quiet cracking refers to persistent feelings of unhappiness at work, which may lead to disengagement, declining performance, and a desire to quit. So I think first, when you're thinking of the differences, burnout is more of my performance has fully declined and I'm fully out of it. I don't have much energy left to give. This seems like the before the complete burnout. Does this make sense? So the reason this is important for first my leaders is because it can be easy to think to yourself, well, employees aren't always going to be happy. They're going to have frustrations with the job. But this seems like a bigger issue at play here because these are not the individuals who are quietly quitting. And so for those of you who don't know much about quiet quitting, it's this, I guess, new phase of being in a job where you get to the point where you just don't even care anymore, but you're halfway out the door, essentially. These are the individuals whose behaviors, their attitudes suggest they do not want to be at said job and they're not trying anymore. These individuals, on the other hand, these are individuals who are really trying to make an effort, but they aren't happy at their job. And because of their dissatisfaction with the job, that's the thing that's causing the disengagement. And I think the question that we have to answer as leaders is, what do we value most? Okay? In our business, what are we valuing? Whether you're in a department, whether you're a C-suite executive, what is it that you value most? Is it the performance? Is it the metrics? Is it your clientele? What do you value most? Okay? If your answer is not your team, you have the complete wrong answer. Because here's the thing, the numbers are not going to save you when things go wrong. It's going to be the team that you lead, the team that you inspire, the team that you influence, and the team that you impact. Those are the people who are going to save you. So if you do not value them enough to pour into them, to have a culture that is centered around how can I best nurture and maintain these relationships with my team, you're gonna have people who are quietly cracking. Some leaders may even say right now, well, Jerry, listen, we gotta focus on our clients. That's number one, we gotta pay the bills. And I don't disagree with you. I think every business has to be lucrative. You have to make money in order to keep the doors open to then keep these people that you hired, right? But here's the thing, we're in a new marketplace, okay? We're at the point now where Gen Z, my generation, is coming in. And what I've found is my generation, we like to do well, but we also really appreciate being poured into. And I think a lot of generations do, but I think especially my generation loves to be poured into. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's necessary. I think we need more companies, we need more leaders who are willing and courageous enough to share themselves and their time with their team, so that way their team can not only grow professionally, but in some ways grow personally. And what do I mean by that? This company that surveyed 1,000 employees to get us these stats on quiet cracking, these were some of the trends that are driving quiet cracking. And I'm going to tell you. So one is job insecurity. It says 18% were uncertain about their long-term future with this company. The next was pressure, economic uncertainty. But here's the one that really strikes me. Disconnect with managers. Why do our teams feel disconnected from the managers? Let's be real here. Managers make or break an experience. People leave their jobs because of the individual leading that brigade. That's why people are leaving. That's why people are quietly quitting. That's why people are quietly cracking. And I don't say this to make it a point to beat down leaders at all, because I think we need leaders and I love leadership. This is why I do what I do. But I do think this is a common theme. We have well-intentioned individuals who are great at managing and doing the operations day to day to make the numbers, to be able to manage those numbers and to manage people managing those numbers. But we need to create more leaders who know how to inspire, influence, and positively impact other people. Does this make sense? So quiet cracking requires a very loud approach. And that is, we need to be sounding a constant gong of saying, hey, I believe in you, and we're gonna carve out time to make sure you are believed in and you are poured into. So this is the challenge for my leaders. We have to do a better job of showing up not only for our stakeholders, not only for our clients, we gotta show up for our team, first and foremost. Our team has to be our top priority, honestly, they do. Because when they are, the way the culture shifts around supporting you, I've had so many different leaders in my life, and there are very few that I fully supported and would try to do anything I possibly could do to make them successful, because that's how much they cared about me. So in the same way, we got to do that for our people, okay? So that's for my leaders. That's what I want you guys to take away. Now, let's say you're an employee and you're in this situation of this quiet cracking, okay? This is a tough situation to be in, especially if you're someone who, and I would say I'm this type of person. Anywhere I go, I want to give my absolute best, and I'm gonna do everything I can to give my absolute best. But what happens when you're not poured into? I think for one, this is where we have to, if there is no communication and it's silent between you and your manager, this is where you have to lead yourself and take the initiative to talk with your manager to say, hey, listen, I want to continue to develop in this role and potentially grow further. What can I do to continue to develop? And I would love to get your mentorship with that, right? Taking that initiative, and that's hard. I've been in situations where I have had to initiate getting mentors and just asking a whole bunch of questions. And if any of my mentors are watching, they know this. I will ask 500 questions, and that's probably how I asked my way into being their mentee because I'm willing to take that initiative, but I know it doesn't come easy and it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So talk with your manager first before you make a decision to leave, okay? So first talk to your manager. If they're willing and they show a willingness to say, hey, I really appreciate you for coming to me about this, and I would love to talk to you about how we can continue to develop your skills and what we can do to best support you. If they take it from that approach, great. But let's say they don't, and let's say they're like, it is what it is type thing. You have to decide what culture do you want to be a part of, because that's important. And I think if you're moving on to your next role, that's great. But I challenge you to continue in your interviews, really ask a lot of questions about the team. One of the questions I asked in an interview I was in, what is one of your favorite memories together as a team? And I remember they kind of sat back, they were like, oh, that's a good question. And for them, it was hard to answer because they had so many. And I could tell they had so many because it was genuine. They genuinely had so many. They kept going back and forth with each other. But ask that. That could be a question you ask, because you don't always get a full picture online. So takeaways, again, to recap for my employees, individual contributors, whomever. One, take the initiative that the managers are not taking. Take the initiative and lead yourself and ask, hey, I want to develop more. What can be done? What can we do together? And two, if nothing comes of it and you're transitioning out of that role, in those interviews, take the initiative to ask, what is your favorite memory as a team, and expand on that, right? Because at the end of the day, the person responsible for how much you develop is going to ultimately be you. I don't want you to get into a phase where you're continuing to blame other people for your lack of development, because I've been there before, where I've said, oh well, they don't do a lot of trainings, or they don't do this, they don't do that. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's my choice to ask other people. It's my choice to seek it elsewhere. It's my choice to move forward. And so whether you're leading based on your title, or you're leading yourself in life and you're leading and influencing others just based on how you conduct yourself, ultimately, you got to remember it's your decision at the end of the day. But quiet cracking is real. And we're going to talk more about this in our next segment. But I just want to thank you guys for coming. I would love to hear if any of you apply what you've learned. Please let me know in the comments below how that went. If you're a leader, how has it gone trying to shift your culture where it's more team-centric? And for those of you who may be employees, individual contributors, tell me, how has it been trying to seek out more development opportunities, or even learning more about the importance of the team during your interviews? So would love to hear about it in the comments. I can't wait to see you guys again. If you love content like this, please subscribe for more. I would love to have you here join the Unfolded family. But until next time, y'all stay unfolded. Peace.